and X. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Officer-involved shooting that happened at about 2:30 today at 25th Street and Cactus, right behind us. Investigators are still arriving and responding to the scene right now. Once investigators get here, they're going to go through a litany of checks, talking with witnesses, canvassing the area for surveillance cameras, as well as looking at the body-worn cameras for all the officers involved. So we're still at the initial portion of our investigation. The information I have right now is subject to change based on the information that's collected by the investigators here in the next couple of hours. I do want to let the community know that Cactus Road is going to be shut down for an extended period of time from 24th Street all the way to about 30th Street off of Cactus, east and westbound traffic. With that being said, like I said, 2:30 this afternoon, officer was conducting a traffic investigation where he stopped a vehicle. There was a single occupant in that vehicle that we know of right now. It was an adult male. During that traffic stop, the officer began to get into a physical altercation with the subject. We don't know exactly what led to that physical altercation, but because of that physical altercation, there was an officer-involved shooting that transpired because of it. As I said before, detectives are here on scene to go through the body-worn cameras, as well as all evidence that we can collect to find out exactly what led to this officer-involved shooting. I can say that the individual that was shot did receive non-life-threatening injuries. He is being treated at a local hospital. The officer that was involved was also transported to a local hospital for precautionary reasons. And that's all the information that I have right now. I will be back with you guys in a couple hours. Once detectives gather enough information, I'll come back out here with an additional brief. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. Thank you. Did you get everything over there, sir?
No, I All right, everybody. So once again, we are live here on the scene at 25th Street and Cactus Road in Phoenix, Arizona. We are repeating it. We spoke on Citizen, but we are live on all our social media platforms, Valleywide News at Facebook, YouTube, and X. We're here in an officer-involved shooting, as we understand it, just moments ago when we spoke to the PIO on scene. An officer pulled over this vehicle that is located where those, just in front of where those officers are standing currently. A fight ensued between the suspect and the police officer. While that altercation was happening, at some point there was the officer involved shooting. Again, the officer was alone during this traffic stop and obviously felt extremely threatened, and his weapon was fired. We can say that the officer was brought to the hospital, as we understand it, with non-life-threatening injuries. Rather, that's the suspect, non-life-threatening injuries. The officer was brought to the hospital for precautionary measures, just to get checked out, again, involved in that fight. So we can say that 25th and Cactus Road will be closed down for quite a few hours while they investigate here on the scene. Thank you to everybody joining us, Facebook, YouTube, and X. We truly appreciate it. All right, everybody, and so once again, we are here on the scene of an officer-involved shooting that occurred at approximately 2:30 this afternoon off of Cactus and 25th Street. As we heard from the public information officer just a short time ago, they detailed approximately 2:30, an officer pulled over an individual, at which point a fight between the two, the officer and the suspect, ensued. And shortly after that is when the officer fired his weapon. As we understand it, the suspect that was pulled over was brought to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the officer himself was also brought to the hospital for precautionary measures. And again, this road will be closed for quite some time this evening while investigators are here on the scene. So again, 25th and Cactus Road. So Cactus Road from 24th over will be closed for quite some time during this investigation. We appreciate you joining us. Valley-wide news, breaking news and events here and across the valley. Please support independent media by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and we truly appreciate you joining us. All right, everybody, once again, we're still here live on the scene. Our other phone did overheat. Those of you joining us, we're on 25th Street and Cactus Road here in Phoenix, Arizona. Officer-involved shooting. Do us a favor, because likely in this heat today, this phone also will likely overheat. So if you want to join us, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as X, Valley-wide news. Do us a favor, head on over there, and you can get a better look at what's going on. Once again, officer-involved shooting here at 25th Street and Cactus Road in Phoenix, Arizona. As we understand it from the public information officer, a police officer from the Phoenix Police Department pulled a person over. During that traffic stop, an altercation between the two occurred, at which point the officer then fired his weapon. We can say that both the officer and the suspect will be okay. The suspect was brought to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The police officer was also brought to the hospital for precautionary measures. Once again, this scene will be closed, the road will be closed for quite some time while police investigate. Please head on over to our YouTube channel, Valley-wide News. You can click on the link just below this video, and it'll take you directly there. We'd appreciate you liking, sharing, as well as subscribing, clicking that notification bell, and you'll get notified anytime we go live here in the Valley. We appreciate everybody joining us.
tell her what happened, but I was like, what if I didn't? Yeah, what are you yelling at? You still there?
You want to call him and see where he's at?
I don't even think I have to.
He said it would have to be after the 5. But
I assume the 5 hasn't even started.
no, it hasn't. I wonder if he's doing a bump stop. But if he's doing a bump stop for 5, he's gonna have to do a bump stop for the others, right? Figured if I was gonna hold on to him, I was just gonna mess with him. Fidget while I wait. Fidgeter while I wait.
Any one of those spinning things?
Remember those were the craze? We had to do stories on how like they were sold out in stores. I remember I bought one for a stand-up. I don't remember it. And then it turned into like those fidget cubes.
Have you been to the aquarium there in
Yeah, yeah, when I was in the morning show, I did. I don't think I've ever been there for like recreation. I was always there for like a story. Like I got to meet their sloth. They had, I don't know if they still do. And I got to hang out with the sloth, penguins. They do a thing. I don't know how much it is, but you can go underwater. They put a little thing on your head. Go underwater and go out again.
All right, everybody, so we are going to wrap things up here. Once again, we can say the road here will be closed for a few hours while officers investigate. To wrap things up, we just wanted to give you an update once again to those of you just joining us. We are here on the scene at 25th Street and Cactus Road on an officer-involved shooting. As we understand it, an officer pulled over a vehicle at around 2:30 this afternoon. During that traffic stop, an altercation between the officer and the suspect ensued, at which point the officer fired his weapon, and as we understand it, the suspect has been brought to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The officer himself or herself were brought to the hospital for precautionary measures. So thankfully nobody was seriously hurt in this incident. Again, this road will be closed off for quite some time while officers investigate. We appreciate everybody joining us. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. It's the best way to help out independent media. We appreciate everybody joining us. Be safe out there and enjoy your Memorial weekend.